Greetings from outside the Johnson Sports Center, overlooking the Northwest Nazarene University Athletic Complex. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson, and I want to thank you for joining us for this week's edition of the Crusader Coaches Corner Show. This week on the show, we're joined by men's soccer head coach Michaelson and men's soccer player Abraham Placito. Placito was named the Defensive Player of the Week in the GNAC, and the men's soccer team, ranked number 22 in the nation, was named the GNAC Team of the Week. The Crusader men will be back here at home Thursday, hosting the University of Mary at 5 o'clock over on the Finkbeiner Park soccer field. Be sure to come out and cheer the men on to victory. And then Saturday, a big game for the Crusader men as they take on Montana State Billings, who is tied with the Crusaders for first place in the GNAC. Thank you for joining us, and now it's time for the Coaches Corner Show. Welcome to this week's Coach's Corner Show. Today we're joined by Abe Placito and head men's soccer coach Michaelson. The Crusaders, 22nd in the nation right now. New poll comes out tomorrow, so hopefully be climbing in the poll. Also GNAC Team of the Week, and Abe is GNAC Defensive Player of the Week. Congratulations to you guys, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the big one, Seattle Pacific Thursday night. I understand it was a game that maybe got away from us and we still got a tie.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for 75 minutes we were very good. I think, when you're playing good teams, they're always going to have spells where they come back at you a bit, and I think they created some pressure late in the game. But I think we were exceptionally unfortunate not to be carrying a goal or two out of that first part of the game. And so, in the end, we walk away with a draw and feel like that's probably the least that we deserve from that game.
Abe, you're one of the defensive anchors back there. How tough was it on you guys not to get a goal early and to have to preserve that tie?
I mean, I thought it wasn't that tough because we've been used to dealing under pressure. So I mean, consistency is also key. So I mean, if we could keep the team in without any goals against us, then I mean that just gives us more opportunities, and we just our mindset was just to keep the shot out the whole game, and hopefully we'll get in a goal even there. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
A game like that, is it frustrating for the defense to see chances and not get that goal, and then to have to try and stop the other team? Or
for certain games, I guess it would fall into play, but in this way, I saw we were trying and we were playing great soccer. So I mean, it was something that I couldn't complain about. So I mean, I just kept it going and kept it positive throughout the game, and we were unlucky.
Then you guys come back 2-1 win at St. Martin's. How nice was it? You go on the road, you get 4 points, you're tied for first in the conference. How nice is that to be in that position early on?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early, and the table can swing pretty quickly at this stage. You have one good weekend and you jump up the table. You have one bad weekend and you fall down the table. And so for us, it's just about focusing on the next game. We've got 2 difficult matches. I think the results that we're seeing early in the conference show that anybody can beat anybody in the conference on any given day. And so for us, knowing that there are a few really good teams that we have a slight cushion on right now, and some of those teams having to play each other this weekend, I think we see an opportunity in front of us where if we can get some results at home this weekend, we could be in an even better position, a week from now, and that's the hope.
When you picked NNU, was this the team you expected to be playing for, a top 25 team that right now is contending for the league title?
Well, I mean, that's what my hopes was, because I mean, I came in with the mindset of, national title. So I mean, right away, I mean, it's good to be nationally ranked and all, but I mean, it's, for me, what I've been told is it doesn't matter until the end. So I mean, it's good that we're ranked in here, but I mean, for me, it doesn't, like, it just keeps me more focused to reach that number one at the end. So I mean, I guess it's good to be nationally ranked, but I'm still aiming for that number one spot.
Talk about last year's team. They had a great goalie, they had a great goal scorer, they had a couple of great defenders, and all of those players are gone. How is this, as a new guy, how has this team picked up where that team has left off, and from the looks of it, maybe excelled beyond what the last year's team's done so far?
Well, yeah, that's what I also think the new guys came with the mindset that we do have some shoes to fill in, and I guess we may have done that so far, but in our mindsets, we also want to excel that and do even more than last year. So I mean, that's what I guess the new guys are aiming for, and so far we've done a pretty good job. So.
I'm going to ask you about the big one. The road trip to Hawaii. Was that your first trip to Hawaii? Had you been there before?
Yeah, that was my first trip. So
How was it?
It was amazing. It's perfect. I thought it was really good. The weather kind of threw me a little off, but it was a really good trip, and to bring back 3 wins was amazing.
I understand it was kind of rainy over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hot and rainy at the same time, so I mean, we really didn't know what to expect of it.
So let's talk about this weekend. Let's see, Mary and Billings coming to town. And these are obviously trap games because you look at the standings, these are not teams that you expect to get a tough game from, but every team in the GNAC is a team that can beat you. So how do you stay focused and stay up for 2 teams that are dangerous in terms of that?
Yeah, I mean, Billings hasn't been up there in the standings the last year or two, but at the moment, you know, they're joint first with us, so sitting on 7 points, we know that that's a big match on Saturday, and it's clear they've got a few new guys who are doing really well for them, in addition to they returned a lot, you know, so I think they're riding high right now, and there's big hopes in that team that they can do some things this year. But before we even get to that point, really, the focus is on Mary, and for me, you don't have to look any further about the danger that Mary poses than looking at the match that they just played this last Thursday where they knocked off Simon Fraser. And for me, anybody who can beat Simon Fraser poses a danger to anybody that they may face. So for us, again, it does us no good to go to Seattle Pacific and pick up a point and then come home and drop a game because we're overlooking somebody, and it's our job, the player's job, the coach's job, to make sure that we don't do that. And honestly, we know better. I mean, we've had some difficult games against both Mary and Billings over the years, and the moment you get comfortable or you get arrogant, the moment you get caught. So we're just focused on trying to get the result Thursday, and we'll move on from there.
One of the players for Montana State coming in leads the conference, 7 goals. I think he had, 3 or 4 in a game just a week or so ago. As a defender, do you focus on one player, or does that ever enter your mind when you're out there on the field?
I mean, at times there's obviously players that are pointing out there like, hey, watch out for this guy, or he's very dangerous. And I mean, right now I think our back is very cohesive and very confident. So I mean, and for me, my fellow teammate Jan, I have no problem splitting with a guy, or no, because I don't like playing man marking. So I mean, if he comes from my side, I'll do whatever I can to stop him. But I also believe that Jan will do the same. So I mean, for me, I mean, I guess it's fun for them to call out certain players, and I mean, hopefully beat them to it and show them that we have what it takes to stop them. So.
And then offensively, you're not doing too bad either. A couple of game winners for the team already. How nice is that you get to come up and have an impact on both ends of the field?
Well, I think I guess it's fun, man. I mean, I love getting just center back scoring goals. I mean, it's a fun thing at a point. I guess I was the leading scorer, but I mean, there's always set plays that the taller guys do have to step up to the play, and I mean, if there's times where I need my assistance or my head to score a goal, then I mean, I'm there to provide it for the team any day.
How far do you feel like this team can go? Do you feel like you're playing your best?
I think we still have a few things to figure out, but I mean, from what I've seen, that with SVU was a team that needed to show up as NNU, and we did show up. I feel like when it comes to the play, we're going to perform.
How are things going in your opinion?
Yeah, you know, I mean, to me, there's good signs. You know, you talk about these things like Players of the Week, or you talk about national rankings and things like that. And for me, those are kind of like mile markers on the road to the ultimate destination. You know, they show you that you're headed in the right direction, but they're not the end objective. And so we're seeing some of those mile markers, and we're seeing some of those things that indicate that the team's headed in the right direction. But again, the focus always is on if we take care of our business day in, day out, then we're going to be right where we want to be in November when it comes time for the tournament, and trying to then accomplish our goals at that stage. But you know, it's great, but you know, we have a lot left to do still, I guess.
You guys have played so many road games so far this year. Are you excited? 2 games back to back at home, home fans, hopefully sunny weather, and a big crowd out there cheering you guys on.
Yeah, I mean, I love playing home, but like for me, I guess since I'm from California, everything's away. So I guess but I mean, for me, I don't really see home in a way. I just give it my all every game, and I mean, it's good having a home crowd that doesn't yell at you the whole game. I guess for you, but I mean, yeah. I love playing. This field is really good, and the fans are extremely supportive. So that's hopefully have a good game.
We encourage you all to come out Thursday against University of Mary, Saturday against Montana State Billings. Cheer your Crusaders, currently 22nd in the nation, going to go higher. On to victories this week. Thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Mike.
The Crusader volleyball team was in action at home for the first time this season, here taking on Western Washington. On Thursday, the Crusaders picked up a 3-set win over Simon Fraser before battling the Vikings to 5 sets before falling at the Johnson Sports Center. Kendra Bodine led the way on the week with 29 kills and 22 digs for the Crusaders, while Elena Rice had a huge weekend also with 25 kills and 35 digs. Linnea Phillips had 40 digs on the weekend, and setter Haley Cook had 79 assists. Also in action at home were the Crusader women's soccer team. NNU picked up a huge victory, beating Seattle Pacific 1-0 on Thursday. Here, against Western Oregon on Saturday, the Crusaders scored a 2-2 tie. Sarah Jenkins scored the goal for the Crusaders in the win over SPU, with Danielle Ortiz picking up 11 saves for her 4th shutout of the year. On Saturday against the Wolves, Rachel Ball and Lexi Fessenbeck each scored a goal in the 2-2 draw.